Day 1, Day 10, Day 50. Let's map this madness out. So meet Mike Gaine. He's 56 years old, a sheep and cattle farmer in Kenmare, County Kerry. The kind of guy who looks like he could star in a Guinness commercial, big beard, muddy boots, bronze Toyota RAV4 that screams, I live in the countryside and I don't care about gas mileage. On Thursday, March 20th, 2025, he's at the Centra shop in Kenmare. Buys some phone credit, grabs a bread roll. He chats, he laughs, he's in good form. Nothing weird, nothing dramatic, just a farmer doing farmer things. And then gone. No goodbye, no fight, no slow fade. 1 second he's paying for groceries, the next he's basically a ghost story. By Friday, March 21st, the whole vibe changes. Mike's family can't reach him. Calls go straight to voicemail, texts go unanswered. And remember, this is a man who never left his farm untended. Sheep don't feed themselves. They check the yard in Kerry East, and what do they see? His bronze RAV4 parked right where it should be. Inside the car, his wallet and his phone, which is basically like finding Batman's suit and gadgets in the Batcave, but Batman himself is missing. The guards kick off a missing person appeal. Search parties hit the fields. They dig through rough terrain, mountains, rivers, and yes, those giant stinking slurry tanks. Everyone's expecting at least a clue, but instead, nothing. Not a boot, not a jacket, not even a single track. It's like the countryside swallowed him whole and the searchers are chasing shadows. Week 1 turns into week 2 and still no Mike. It's not just the family anymore, the cavalry shows up. Early April, the defense forces are called in. Mountain rescue is on the ground. Civil defense, fire service, volunteers with dogs, locals with wellies. If you've ever seen half the county out stomping through bogs, this was it. But after all that manpower, zero, the man is still missing. The searches cover hills, rivers, ditches, even the dense forestry. People are out there sweating, slogging through muck, and finding absolutely nothing. By this point, the town is buzzing. Kenmare isn't Dublin. People notice when someone isn't around. Neighbors start whispering, how does a man just disappear from his own farm without leaving so much as a footprint? It's not like he flew away. The land is familiar, predictable, and yet somehow it's hiding him. By April 29th, the guards stop pretending this is just a missing person case. They reclassify it as homicide. That's official code for, we think someone did something very bad. Their statement? Based on the entirety of information we have, foul play is suspected. Which sounds fancy but really means, yeah, this doesn't add up. Behind the scenes, they've already gone full detective mode. More than 300 inquiries logged, about 130 witness statements, over 2,000 hours of CCTV and dashcam footage reviewed. Imagine watching 2,000 hours of cars passing by and still not finding the one clue that explains everything. Brutal. And yet no suspect, no charges, no clear answers. Just a town now officially living in a murder investigation. Mid-May and the whole thing flips. On May 16th, a family member is out working with an agricultural contractor spreading slurry on the farm. Suddenly, the machinery jams. They go to check, expecting rocks or branches. Instead, they find human remains. The farm is swarmed. Forensics everywhere. The remains are quickly confirmed as belonging to Mike. After almost 2 months of searching, the nightmare becomes real. Pathologists step in and later say most of his remains have now been recovered, though not all, which leaves everyone asking the obvious. If the slurry tanks were searched in March, how did they miss this? Were the remains already there, or were they moved later? That single discovery sparks a storm of questions that still haven't been fully answered. Not long after the remains are found, the guards make their move. They arrest a man in his 50s, Michael Kelly, an American who had been living on the farm and helping out. The headlines blow up, everyone thinks this is it, case solved. But after questioning, he's released without charge. No direct link, no rock-solid evidence, just more questions. And Kelly himself, he insists he's innocent. He even claims he's being set up. which, depending on who you ask in Kenmare, either makes him suspicious or the unluckiest farmhand in Ireland. Meanwhile, DNA results confirm what the family already feared. The remains belong to Mike. The worst outcome is now official, and the story only gets stranger from here. Here's where the case gets messy. What if the slurry tanks had been checked properly the first time around? Would Mike's remains have been found back in March instead of mid-May? Or does that mean someone slipped them in later? And then there's the mountain of CCTV. The guards sifted through more than 2,000 hours, but did they miss something? Were there blind spots? Was evidence lost in the delay before calling it homicide? Every hour that ticked by made it harder to piece together what really happened. It's like the whole investigation is stuck in a loop of what ifs, and every unanswered question just makes the whole story darker. While the investigation drags, the people of Kenmare are left hanging. Mike's family is living a nightmare, waiting, watching, grieving, but with no straight answers. The neighbors, they're buzzing with theories. Some blame outsiders, others whisper about local disputes, and slowly a heavy mix of rumor and distrust spreads through the town. People start pointing fingers, not because they know, but because silence breeds suspicion. Everyone's asking the same questions. Why didn't the guards lock this down earlier? Why did it take so long to reclassify as murder? And who on earth had a reason to make Mike vanish? Was it money? A land feud? Something more personal? Right now, it's all speculation, and speculation fills a vacuum faster than facts ever do. Let's pause and stack the facts we actually know. Mike was last seen on March 20th at Centra in Kenmare. He was reported missing the very next day, March 21st. His bronze RAV4 sat in the farmyard with his phone and wallet still inside. The guards launched searches everywhere: fields, rivers, mountains, slurry tanks, even called in the defense forces. After weeks of that, nothing. Then came April 29th. The case is officially called homicide. 2 weeks later, mid-May, human remains are discovered in a slurry tank on his farm and confirmed as Mike's. One suspect is arrested, questioned, and released, and that's basically the official trail. Now for the giant pile of unknowns. What was the motive? Exactly when and where did Mike die? Who actually did this? Were the remains in that slurry tank from day one and missed, or were they planted later? And will the investigation ever lead to charges, or just fade into Ireland's unsolved mystery list? So here's the chilling part. Mike disappears from the very place that should have been safest, his own land. His car, his wallet, his phone, all sitting there like he just stepped inside for tea, but he never came back. The farmyard he worked every single day ends up being the crime scene. The slurry tank, once checked and cleared, becomes the tomb. And the community? They're left not with closure, but with even more questions than the guards can answer. It's almost poetic in the worst possible way. The place that defined his life is now the place that hides his death. If you were around Kenmare that week and noticed anything strange, a car parked funny, a neighbor acting off, some tiny thing you brushed off, talk to the guards. Sometimes the smallest clue is the one that cracks the whole case. And hey, if you want more breakdowns like this, hit that like button, share it with someone who loves a good mystery, and subscribe. Because this story isn't over, and neither are the questions about Mike Gaine.